Would you like to say something, Kaylee?
Yes, I would. Welcome to episode number 3 of Mind Body Stuff.
Mind Body Stuff!
Woo-hoo! Welcome back. Thank you for listening. We hope you've enjoyed our previous podcast episodes. If you have not listened, go check them out.
I'm watching the screen. It's fascinating. It's making like these... Oh, sometimes it looks like I'm not even talking.
Oh.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Anyway.
I think it's okay.
Yeah. Huh. Oh.
I think you're good.
Okay.
Moving on. So the topic of episode number 3 of Mind Body Stuff is glasses.
Yeah, because I got some new ones last week.
No, did you?
No, I didn't.
I bet you did. You always buy new glasses in Hawaii.
I love glasses.
So, for those of you who have heard about our quarterly workshops, we just did the first quarters workshop in the Twin Cities a couple weeks ago. And this idea came up about, well, it was a new idea for me. It was a fascinating thing that Bernice kind of taught us all about. And it just really, really clicked, and it's totally changed my life. I can say that. It's changed my relationships. It's changed the way that I think about myself. And so we thought it would be kind of a cool episode to talk about the glasses and share this with you guys, because only 30 people between both cities, the Twin Cities and Missoula, only 30 people get to have this workshop experience, but this concept, you guys, is too good not to share with the rest of you. So B, will you walk us through these glasses?
Yes. So our workshop was about feelings, basically recognizing feelings, where they come from, how they affect us, and that kind of stuff. And so we were talking about, I tried to make a simple sort of metaphor about, how we view ourselves in our lives. And many of us, all of us, have different types of glasses we put on throughout our day. Whether it's, my glasses tend to be that I'm unlovable. I have unlovable glasses. I know it's sad. You're all crying.
Impossible.
You're crying impossible for me. But I have unlovable glasses. So what happens is, whatever happens throughout my day, if someone happens to say something to me or react a certain way, if there's some type of conflict, right away I put on my unlovable glasses, and that's my entire filter. I just see everything that they say to me through unlovable eyes.
Right.
So even if Kaylee says, "Oh, did you get the mail today?"
Did ya?
Did you get the mail today? And I put on my unlovable glasses, and I'm like, oh, she's asked me to get the mail because she probably thinks, that I'm a loser, and I am unlovable, and I forgot to get the mail, and I'm a bad person.
And now I'm not going to love you because you didn't get the mail.
Exactly.
Because you are unlovable.
Because I am unlovable. And so these are our filters, our lenses that we put on throughout our day. And it's curious if you start to think about, what are the different lenses or glasses you're putting on throughout the day, throughout your life.
Absolutely. And correct me if I'm wrong, but do we usually get these glasses from our childhood? Or, maybe we can get different glasses throughout our lives, but the ones that we really go back to a lot are the ones that we kind of got in our childhood. Is that right?
Yeah. They're usually something that happened or a series of things that happened in our childhood, and somehow we learned, that I learned at some point that I was unlovable, and then it wasn't intentional. It wasn't like my parents were like, yeah, let's not love that kid. She's kind of weird, but it was completely unintentional on their part. They were very busy with their careers and stuff like that, and their other children. And for whatever reason, I learned, I sort of took in the belief that I was unlovable.
Right.
And even when I would do therapy, years and years and years of therapy, and, different therapists would say, but, you just have to say, I love me. Uh-huh. And even when I do that, it feels completely false. That's how strong my glasses are. Still. Or even if someone says, I love you, and I'm like, yeah, right, but you don't know me.
Oh, yeah.
Because those glasses they're very fixated on my face. It's very hard for me to pull them off my face. Pull them off, take them off. But even with my husband, we've been married for 27 years.
Yeah.
Obviously, he seems to like me. But he'll do certain things and he'll be like, I didn't even, mean it that way. And I'm like, but it's because you don't love me.
Yeah.
You don't love me, right? And no, I just have those stuck. They're a bit stuck on there.
And I think that, like, when we can identify what these glasses are for ourselves and also for the people that we love and that we interact with and care about, I feel like when we understand each other's glasses, then it really helps to interact with compassion. Because, like, I was listening to a podcast, and I can't remember exactly what clicked for me in this woman's podcast, but something clicked, and I called Bernice. You were in Hawaii.
On the beach.
17th time since 2018.
Centering my soul. That's another podcast about chakras.
She's got a crummy first chakra. Robin Wick, are you out there? She's got a crummy chakra. Crummy first chakra.
I got no roots.
Well, anyway, so you were on the beach in Hawaii, and I called you, and I remember, like, I was driving somewhere, and I was listening to this podcast, and I pulled over, and I called you, and I'm like, oh my God, I figured out what my glasses are. And so I'm going to tell a personal story. Should I do that?
Please.
Okay.
We're waiting. Come on, right? Tell her we're waiting.
Well, and this is about my personal life and my family, but I don't even think my dad knows that we have a podcast, nor would he probably listen to it.
No, because he's like climbing Kilimanjaro or something like that.
So, so my parents got divorced when I was 9 months old, and I was such a daddy's girl, when I was little, and I just remember all of the fun little trips we would go on, and like wake up early and go and get bagels and go drive aimlessly around town looking for slug bugs. Like, I remember doing that and just loving that on weekends and having a great time. So anyways, when I was about maybe first grade, I think, my dad met the woman who is now my stepmom. And when they started dating...
Many years ago. Oh, I'm sorry.
How old am I?
She's 75.
I'm very old.
She looks great.
Many years ago.
She looks awesome.
Thanks, B. But anyway, so I was a little girl, and I just... I remember the feeling really strongly, a feeling like I just got totally ditched for this woman, for his wife now. And, in my, also they were like very overtly sexual, like just kind of too much. And so in my little tiny kindergarten, first grade brain, I made the connections that that your dad doesn't want to spend any time with you now. He wants to spend time with her. And that this sexual relationship is the supreme relationship between like a male and a female.
The end all and be all.
Yeah, exactly. And so that coupled with and I've heard this before. I've heard many other second born kids say this same thing too. But I was also raised knowing that my parents, they only had me because they didn't want my sister to be an only child. And my parents knew that they were going to get a divorce, but they didn't want my sister to be alone. So those kind of two, I think, big things coupled to give me my glasses, which are, I'm insignificant. My life doesn't really matter. I was basically born so that my sister wouldn't be lonely. And then, I felt like I got tossed aside on the days that I was with my dad. I got tossed aside for, his girlfriend and that relationship. And that relationship was more significant than ours. And so then I finally realized when I called you, I'm like, oh my God, my glasses are insignificant. Another fascinating thing about these glasses is they show up really strongly in times of conflict.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the fascinating thing about Bernice and I is that we are very close, but we fight because I feel like we are close enough to fight.
Mm-hmm.
And when we fight, your response is you flee.
I leave because I'm unlovable. So I'm always looking to prove that I'm unlovable. So when someone fights with me, I'm like, well, that's it. I know you didn't love me anyway, so I'm out the door.
Right.
Don't need to prove that one. I already know that.
Yeah.
Thank you for helping me prove that again and again. It's that type of feeling.
Right.
So I
validated.
peace out.
Yep.
Yep. I validate my
totally
glasses.
Peace out.
Yep.
Peace out. You peace out.
Yeah, peace out.
And my glasses are, I'm insignificant. So when we fight, my response isn't to flee. My response is to fight. So we both kind of are dealing with this fight or flight response. And she's got the flight, and I've got the fight.
Because she wants to be significant.
Because I want to be significant.
Yeah. She's like, I want to be heard.
And so almost in a way, like when you are, I'm unlovable, conflict shows you, yes, you are unlovable. But I feel like the way that I handle conflict is different, because I'm like constantly trying
to prove or like that I am significant, or it's not just like, you're right, I am insignificant. I'm like, no, I do not want to be insignificant. And so I fight back, and I bring that fire. She pursues.
I pursue, and I'm quick to react, and I'm quick to throw fire at situations. And I think that is this desire to not be insignificant, I suppose.
Yeah.
And it was really interesting because I have a friend, and she doesn't do ULA, but I love her dearly, and she loves me, and she loves that I do ULA, but we were having a hard time like getting together, and I was like, I can't, I'm so busy, I have to do this, or we're going to be gone this weekend or whatever. And she was saying something like, gosh, I just wish you weren't always busy. And I said, I know, I'm so sorry, me too. And then she said, it just seems like you have something to prove, and I can't figure out what. And that comment, remember I've talked to you a lot about that comment. Yeah. I'm like, what is this? Like, what, I don't know. It
really stuck.
It did. It stuck with me. And I was trying to figure out that comment. And I'm like, why do I work so hard? Why do I care so much and put so much into this? And I think because I really, really want my life and my work to be significant. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, it's because these are my glasses. And so I don't want to do anything like half-assed. I don't want to do anything less than what I'm capable of or able to do. And so I think that I'm constantly trying to show that my life has significance, that my life matters. It's really interesting. I mean, these are just interesting things to realize about ourselves.
And it's helped us in terms of conflict management.
Totally.
I think, because it's like, oh, so she does that when we're in a fight. Bernice leaves and Kaylee fights. So we totally, before it was, if you don't have an understanding, this is the beauty. I'm getting to the meat right here.
Let's hear it.
Because when you when you have your glasses on, you realize what glasses you're wearing, it opens up the door to managing your reactions and understanding them better. So it's like, why do I peace out?
Right.
Or why are you so fiery? On those times when you maybe don't want to be that fiery. Yeah. Like, you're like, I probably shouldn't be that fiery right now, but I am very fiery.
Yeah.
So it helps us understand where we're at. So it's when we're in conflict, it's particularly when we're in conflict, it's so helpful to ask ourselves, where is this reaction coming from?
Yeah.
Yes. And that's when you start to understand what our glasses are.
Yeah, and I think these are really cool conversations to have with your partners, with your friends, with whoever it is that you're in relationship with and in conflict with. Because even in my marriage now, like, I have felt such a, like, not that we fight that often, but our little triggers for each other, I've realized, have everything to do with our glasses. So when I say something and he strongly reacts to it, I stop now and I think, oh, he's seeing it through, and I'm not going to share his because I haven't asked him if I can on this podcast, but I understand his lens now, and I can think, and I'm like, oh, you're seeing this situation through that lens, and then I can have compassion for him rather than be like, dude, don't freak out. Like that meant nothing, or I didn't mean to, say this or that or whatever. Then I can be like, oh, like he's seeing it through these lenses. And then you can have more compassion, which I think is really cool.
And it's like, you not only have compassion for the other, but you have self-compassion too.
Yeah.
Because you realize like, oh, that's why I did that.
Yes.
Even at the time I was like, why did I do that? Why was my reaction that way?
Yeah.
But then when you realize, oh, this is what my glasses are, then you're like, oh, poor little bee.
Yeah.
She doesn't feel loved. And you can even offer yourself that sort of self-parenting technique in terms of like, it's okay. You are loved. I can remind myself, I am loved. I have a family. My parents do love me. Maybe they were busy when I was growing up and there were certain things that happened for sure. But I am a grown-up now and I can sort of understand where that came from and love myself and accept myself for where I'm at.
Yeah. Yeah.
And make changes if I choose to do so.
Right. I love that.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
It is really cool.
And then, like, the also very interesting thing, which so unlovable kind of has more, I guess, to do with your heart chakra, but mine is really strongly tied to my crummy chakra. So in this workshop as well, we talk about the chakras and what they look like when they're in balance, when they're out of balance. And so I always thought, so the third chakra is like the willpower and the determination. It's the element that relates with the third chakra is fire. And I always thought, I'm like, oh, I have a very healthy third chakra. I'm very driven. I'm determined. I believe in myself. Like I don't think that we all kind of have different glasses, and hearing yours, like I'm unlovable. I don't think I'm unlovable. Like I think I'm lovable. I think I'm worthy of great things. But it's interesting because I never thought that I would have a problem with my third chakra, but it's fascinating because I understand now that I actually do have a crummy third chakra. And it's like this proving to myself that I actually am I am significant. So again, the third chakra deals with determination, willpower, all of these things. I thought that I had that all healthy, but I realized that I'm almost trying to overcompensate for my lack of feeling significant.
Yes.
Isn't that so interesting,
that your
you guys?
father didn't notice you.
That I started to be like unnoticed.
Unnoticed. Yeah.
It's so interesting. And I think when we can understand where, like you said, where they came from and then just have grace and have compassion for ourselves, for others, I don't know. Like, honestly, now that I think about this, it's probably a good conversation to have with my dad.
It is.
Because I think it would solve a lot of, some of our residual issues because of this.
Yeah.
It's just so interesting. Like, how awesome. This self-exploration, this self-love, it can really help us in so many different ways outside of ourselves. That's why doing the personal work is so important, because when we do this personal work, this soul work, this self-love, this self-compassion, fierce self-love, everything can change.
Right. And just curiosity. Be curious.
Be curious.
It's okay. You don't have to make any changes if you don't want to.
Absolutely.
Nobody's forcing any of us to make any changes, but we can be curious. That's safe to be curious.
It's totally safe.
It's like you're in a zoo, or you're in a, you're just like looking around the zoo of yourself. You're like, what's in that arm area? Is there a tiger over there? What's in my spine? Is there something, is there a snake hiding in that area? It's this sort of general curiosity of like where I'm at in my life. And this is funny because, you all should do the workshops. They're pretty good. But anyway, from this last workshop we did, we talked about the chakras too. And one of the things that came out was that, of course, we've said that my root chakra is slightly off. But and you think that unlovable is your heart chakra, but actually, I think it's more of even a deeper survival issue from the root. Like, you will not survive. Like, you are not worthy of survival.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that just hit me.
Oh.
Yeah.
And so for those of you who don't know, Bernice never finishes all her food. She always has to have food like extra on the side so that she knows that she could survive. Like, she's always preparing for survival. And she travels all the time.
Love to travel.
Yeah, and the first chakra has to do with like like feeling supported and feeling your sense of place and being grounded. And so
rooted.
You're rooted and survival. It has to do with survival. And you are always constantly fleeting around.
Yep, and I'm always looking for new roots.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, oh, there aren't roots there. Maybe if I go here, I'll find some roots. And I have trouble with endings. And I think that's part to do with the root.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Such cool self-reflection.
Yeah, it's crazy. So in fact, this helped me so much because we just did another trip, my fourth or fifth one, but we went to the coast in Oregon. And so I think I'm always looking for a place to root, even though I have a very nice place here where I live. But because I'm not strong in my roots, I'm flitting around. And so we went to Oregon, and I'm there for like 4 days. And then I'm like, how do I leave?
Oh. Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, but that's why I texted you.
But then I had to say, she was smart because she knows now. Before, Kaylee may not have known, you know, what the issue was.
Yeah.
Because you can misinterpret, like, she doesn't like me. She doesn't want to come back.
She doesn't want to come back. She's happier in other places or whatever.
But that's not it at all. It's actually, I need to be told, like,
you belong here.
Yes.
This is your home,
Exactly.
and we're excited for you to come home.
That's exactly right.
So the day that you got back, I made sure to text you a couple times being like, we're so excited for you to come home. Like, I'm sure it's going to be hard, but we're very excited.
Yeah, she was very good about it.
Do you see how just understanding what people's lenses are and what they struggle with, we can be better friends, we can be better partners, we can be better parents. Like, it's really, really helpful. Really? I have noticed so many really positive changes in my relationships, just understanding myself and then trying to either understand the people that I'm in relationship with, or even bringing it up in conversation. I mean, I think this is an awesome topic to talk to your community about, whoever you're in relationship with.
Oh yeah, it's just eye-opening.
It really is.
And it helps with communication, conflict management, self-awareness, and it helps you with decision making too, because then you got to be like, now hold on one second.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Do you really want to buy that one thing? Like, what glasses do you have on right now?
Yeah.
You know, and then it helps you kind of process why you're doing something.
So cool.
So helpful.
Yeah, so I would say to all of you out there, maybe just think about what your glasses are. And unfortunately, there are no more quarter one workshops, so you can't come to...
You missed the glasses piece.
You missed the glasses piece.
There'll be another metaphor soon.
But starting to learn about the chakra system is really... It's interesting. Again, curiosity. Like, coming at it with a sense of curiosity and just thinking, I wonder if there's something to this. Yeah. I wonder how this relates to my life. I wonder if there's some more self-discovery that I could experience because of learning about the chakras and how they affect us both physically, emotionally, spiritually. It's really cool.
And I love the tying in of the Eastern and the Western sort of philosophies. Kind of making them, helping us bridge the gap in terms of understanding, because there are many ways to many ways to the mountaintop, but there are many ways of understanding, and so whatever works for you, use that. And it helps you expand your sort of vocabulary of your own self-understanding, I think, if you're willing. And so we can offer many different viewpoints, and you can see what works best for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
As always, so interesting talking about mind-body stuff with you.
Mind-body stuff! I love you guys. We've gotten tons of great feedback from our other podcasts. We're super, super happy and grateful for all of you.
And keep going and rating us. The more you give us those ratings, the more the podcast will start to show up so people can find us.
Exactly.
So, thank you so much. Love you guys.
Bye.